Wow. Wowee, wow, wow. I don't think I have ever come across a controversy this big and this stupid. It is so pathetic. All of those tears were just not worth shedding. Not worth it at all. It seems nowadays you cannot make anything without there being a controversy being aimed towards it. Oh no, it's going to get a controversy. Everything gets a controversy. All because we must make something that is for the socially unhinged. Because if we make something that's against the socially unhinged, controversy! Oh, it's terrible! It's so terrible! It's going to encourage people into being not us! Oh, it is so pathetic! I mean, seriously, movie controversy, video game controversy, book controversy, graphic novel controversy, everything gets a controversy! I am really getting sick and tired of this! It's so simple. If the movie's going to be so much of a big deal to you, how about not buy a movie ticket and not go to the theater at all? Yeah, you can do that. Otherwise, why are you there? You're just wasting money. That's all you're doing is just wasting your own money. And seriously, it needs to stop. Well, I'll tell you who is the center of all of these problems that have been happening. The media! The media are causing all of this. They are manipulating people into being a bunch of childish idiots!
How dare you, you evil little rodent! How dare you paint us as the villains!
What? Who the devil are you?
I represent the media corps. I am Major Ding Dong.
Sorry.
You YouTubers, you are the center of everyone's problems. You just want to incriminate the media. You are always manipulating people, getting them to believe what you believe.
No, that's what you're doing.
You bring shame to our democracy. People like you should be canceled.
People like me? You do nothing but sell lies, and you're always constantly making the American people live in fear.
They need to live in fear and superstition. They need to know that America is not safe. They are not safe. It is full of murders, and 90% of the men in our country are rapists, according to an anonymous source.
What? That is a very stupid theory. You have no evidence to support that.
We do, from our anonymous source.
And by anonymous source, you mean a source that you made up.
That is hate speech!
What? No! I stated a fact!
Which is hate speech.
I'm really not getting this. Hate speech this, hate speech that. What does not qualify as hate speech?
That is also hate speech!
Wait, I'm not even allowed to ask?
Hate speech!
This is why I don't watch the news anymore.
You are an offensive rodent for hurting my feelings. You owe me an apology.
How about my foot?
Oh! Oh! Oh, my nose! Oh, my beautiful nose! Oh!
Nobody calls me a rodent. Let's talk about the Joker controversy. Yup, you name the controversy, it happened. Sometime in September 2018, what started out as a bunch of rumors came true. That we would end up with a movie that is centered on the Joker. I don't think I need to tell anyone as to who the Joker is. I mean, what is there to tell other than what you already know? He is the arch nemesis of DC Comics superhero Batman. With the fact that this year marks the 85th anniversary of DC Comics, plus the fact that the character of the Joker was first founded back in 1940, yeah, he's been around for a very long time. None of that stopped anyone from creating this controversy, which decided to exist out of the blue. In fact, this movie has become the most controversial comic book character film to date. As if we don't have enough of those. I don't know why, but for some reason, given his serious phobia towards clowns, my owner does not seem to be affected by the Joker. Not at all. Probably because there have been various versions of the Joker being voiced by Mark Hamill. Though I will admit that the Joker voicing Chucky in the new Child's Play movie, that was enough to give him the willies. But then again, he does not like creepy dolls either. However, many of the complaints surrounding the controversy, or I should say making up the controversy, have nothing to do with people having a serious phobia towards clowns, but rather having a serious phobia towards social life in general. Who started the arguments, you're probably wondering? Well, not the audiences. In fact, the audiences were a lot more forthcoming with this movie than the journalists. Yep, journalists, or journalists, as many YouTubers like to call them, were the ones who started the whole controversy. Yeah, because they want to manipulate everyone's perspective towards certain movies. In fact, you'll notice that in various websites like Metacritic or Rotten Tomatoes, their reputation is radically diminishing. Not only that, but their ratings mean absolutely nothing. They are so woke that the audience ratings are a lot better than the critic ratings themselves. Because the audiences, unlike the critics, know exactly what they want, and they know what makes a good movie and what makes a bad one. When it comes down to looking up reviews for movies, people are now starting to go on YouTube and go to YouTubers for information. Yeah, they would rather listen to the YouTubers than listen to the mainstream critics. Because the YouTubers, being critics themselves, are actually honest with their opinions, and they are not so woke. That is why the media loves to attack YouTubers so much. Because A, they don't like it when other people do their jobs for them, and B, being honest with your opinions is politically offensive, according to them.
You fucking people.
The movie itself is supposed to be an origin story for the Joker. I do believe we had a few more of those. But the director, Todd Phillips, is not just an artist, but an artist who wanted to show more of the human side of the Joker. And he does it in a way that works. But it seems that art is no longer appreciated, not even by the media, because now art is political. The media has done their share of alienating themselves. For starters, they decided to interview Joaquin Phoenix, the lead actor, and asking him, will he and his movie inspire evil? They even asked Todd Phillips that question. Well, such an interview had caused Joaquin Phoenix to just walk out of the room. He was so bothered by the questions that he was being asked, and Todd Phillips decided to put his foot down, and the rest of Warner Brothers refused the media to be invited to the red carpet ceremony for the film. They were not allowed to be there. The only people from the media who were allowed to be there were the photographers. And the media had the gall to drag the U.S. military in getting involved. Oh no, I am not making any of this up. In fact, Jeremy from The Quartering covered this particular topic. I didn't want to believe him at first, but now I've come to accept it. The U.S. military decided to go full SJW. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Like, wow. I mean, really. These are the people whom we are giving our respect to for all the sacrifices that they have been making for us and for God and country. Well, let me point something out to you. A veteran who is an SJW does not deserve to wear the uniform. Okay, sorry, but you should be outside of the United States fighting terrorists, not dealing with situations like these, and not offering your support to the politically unhinged.
Get the fuck off of my obstacle! Get the fuck down off of my obstacle! Now! Move it! I'm gonna rip your balls off so you cannot contaminate the rest of the world!
Oh, I'm sorry, was that too extreme for you? Forgive me if I do not shed a tear for you.
I'm so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
Enough from the clown!
To answer the Joker's question, I don't think any of these people have ever danced with the devil in the pale moonlight. Probably because they would find it too politically offensive to do so. That's how stupidly ignorant these people are. And if this movie is too scary for you, then maybe you should go see a therapist. Unless maybe you're too afraid that your therapist might turn out to be Harley Quinn. Trust me. The mainstream media and all their criticisms and the controversy they bring out is all that is a lot more disturbing than this movie. Take my word for it. I have decided to divide the rest of my argument into subsections. The first one, I think, speaks the highest volume out of all the other ones. People are complaining because the lead character is a white male. Oh, didn't you know? White men, nowadays, are being constantly treated like social pariahs. Yeah, because, you know, in everyone's mindset, or I should say, in the mindsets of SJWs, all white men are racist. Or they represent something that is racist. Okay, here's the thing. The Joker has always been portrayed as white. Oh, not only that, but 95% of the actors who have played the Joker, mostly have done his voice, were white! I mean, what? Do you want the Joker to be portrayed as a black man who got his skin bleached? That would be like ripping off Michael Jackson! A very hypocritical argument that has absolutely no boundaries. And what do I mean by hypocritical? Oh, let's see. All the other versions of the Joker, okay, all of the versions predating this current version, all of them being white, were not labeled as controversial. Not a single one. All these people who are making arguments towards Joaquin Phoenix's Joker did not make any complaints about any of the other versions. They did not feel offended by those other versions at all. Seriously? What is wrong with these people? If you hated any of the other versions of the Joker so much for being white, then how come none of you hate Mark Hamill, Jack Nicholson, Heath Ledger, Jared Leto, or any of these other actors for it? Well, actually there are people who are beginning to hate Mark Hamill after he decided to bully a 3-year-old kid, because that kid is related to the Trump family. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Hamill has just lost half of his fan base. But seriously, where are your arguments coming from? How come you never made these arguments before? Ask yourselves that. And they have been accusing Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips of whitewashing the character. Okay. How can you whitewash something that is already white?
You went full retard, man.
You literally changed the definition to a term that you invented yourselves. Whitewashing means turning something non-white into white. Just like blackfacing means turning something white into black. Are you people literally colorblind? Or are you just a special kind of stupid?
You went full retard, man.
I'm sorry, I just had to play that clip one more time. And there are people who cannot stand the fact that the lead character is male. Okay, if you want a female Joker, then go for Harley Quinn in the new Birds of Prey movie. That is about as close to a female Joker as you are ever going to get! I would give anything to use the magic pencil trick on each and every one of these morons.
I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
I think the most fitting trick is to magically shove the pencil right up the SJW's anus! The second part? These people have not seen the movie. So how do they know if this movie is good or bad if they have not watched it? Well, I can tell you this. They are assuming that it's bad. You know, I do believe that my owner's father taught a very important lesson about the word assume and how it can be easily broken up into 3 or 4 different words. Want to guess what those words are? The third item on the list, Trump derangement syndrome. This whole orange man bad thing needs to stop. Really, why does everything have to refer to Trump? Oh, seriously, if there's a tornado that destroys someone's home, they blame it on Trump. If someone decides to light a fire because, you know, a bad parent did not advise their kid that fire is a bad thing, they blame it on Trump. Why? Please! I don't care about the old man, okay? I don't care! Also, let me put it in a way that you might understand it, okay? The Joker, fiction. Trump, non-fiction. My owner, smart. Politicians, ignorant. SJWs, stupid. You? Exceptionally stupid. And the last item that I want to focus on. America is a nation in fear. All of the American people nowadays are having to look over their shoulders because of how they believe everything to be a conspiracy, how they believe that danger awaits them everywhere they go with everything they say because, mass shootings have become a big thing, and so have drug problems like opioids. I mean, seriously, if America has become too much of a scary place for you to live in, then maybe you should move to a different country like Canada. And maybe you shouldn't be encouraging any more foreigners into immigrating into our country. If America really is a scary place, then you should be telling them that! I mean, come on! Grow a pair! I mean, seriously, the Loch Monster is scarier than this country. And if you think that America does not treat its women equally, then maybe you should go visit other countries like Israel, Ethiopia, Somalia. Those countries have absolutely no gender equality at all. In fact, in some of those countries, they abuse their women. In most of them, women are property to men. Things that you don't normally see in this country. Well, among some Americans, you can have something like domestic abuse, but nothing compared to what is in all these other countries, okay? So, really, you should go on a vacation you should go on a vacation outside of the United States, okay? You'll get a better understanding of the world that way, okay? My owner and I have lived in the world outside of this country. We know it more than you. Trust me. Well, I'm gonna wrap up this video now. I've already said enough. I mean, really. These controversies and all these pointless arguments are doing nothing but drawing people closer and closer and closer to the very object that is being accused. There are now a lot more people watching this movie and giving their positive feelings about it because of all the negativity from the mainstream media. The mainstream media is dead. Okay, it is dead. They are more about keeping people living in fear and having them living lies than understanding the truth, accepting the truth, and also, they don't want people to be happy. No, they don't care about the happiness of others. Absolutely not. They're always looking to incriminate someone or something, because everything and everyone has to represent something, or represent someone. I am so sick and tired of identity politics, because there is no identity in any of the politics. None. Zero identity. In fact, all these movie characters and so forth have a lot more identity than identity politics. Seriously!
You lie! All you do is lie, just like you did right now! You are going to pay for what you did to my nose!
Final warning. Get out of my YouTube channel this instant!
You have nothing to threaten me with!
Oh yeah? Well, we'll see about that, won't we? Let's see, what's the phone number again? Oh, here it is.
It's me, Mario, part-time plumber and part-time assassin.
Hi, Mario. I have someone for you to kill. And I do mean murder him brutally. He is someone who works for the Media Corps. He calls himself Major Ding Dong. Sorry, yeah, his name is Major Ding Dong. I want you to kill him for me. Because, well, he refuses to leave my YouTube channel. Do something about it, please, and I will reward you handsomely.
Okie dokie.
5 minutes later.
Yes, I bet you didn't know that Mario has a dark side. Well, thank you all for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I can't wait to show you my toys.
Forgive the intrusion, Exalted One, but there has been a development. Major Ding Dong is dead, killed by an assassin who was hired by a squirrel named Caesar. What should we do now? Begin Project Caesar.